Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Robin. Today I'm going to review Shiseido brushes. And I frankly realized there's no Shiseido brushes review on anywhere YouTube. I mean, this is such a huge platform, but there's no one reviewed Shiseido brushes. That is quite strange, but I felt it would be nice if I can review the Shiseido brushes. So, at least you can get blueprint whether you want to buy the brushes or not. I don't have the full range of Shiseido brushes because I personally feel some brushes are really unnecessary to buy from Shiseido, or I have a similar or same shape already with me, so I didn't buy them. But the rest of the brushes I'm going to review today is actually very wonderful brushes, and I am thinking to purchase more of them, so I can highly and strongly recommend them to buy. If you buy, you'll never regret them. Maybe depend on person, but for me, I have never regretted ever before. So first brush I'm going to review is this Shiseido Daya Fude. So the brush I didn't got was their Hanen Fude and Katana Fude and Hanatsunaki Fude and Maru Fude, Hasu Fude. But the rest I have here. So these are the brushes from Shiseido, and I totally love them. They are really worth buying. You will never regret it. So let's start with this Daya Fude. For this Daya Fude, it has a jelly tip applicator here, but I removed it because I find it is totally unnecessary for me. So there's a Shiseido logo here, and this is a red dyed synthetic fiber. So what's so special about this brush is that it's actually, there's a cutting edge here, so you can just literally reach those very small area. The shape is pretty unique, and this is totally flat top brush, so you can just literally buff the product over your skin. And this brush is really fantastic if you're using a bronzing powder, because I really love to use this brush for bronzing and contouring for the cheek. The size is actually frankly really fits there. It's just really nice brush for the cheek area. It really just fits just right there and blends pretty well. Because of the shape, it's perfectly rounded, so you can really buff the product as well, blend the bronzing powder in. And you can use this brush even for foundation. I believe this brush even born for foundation because it has a jelly applicator at the back, which I find is totally unnecessary. I just like this brush, the bristle side very much. So you can use this brush to polish your skin with a liquid foundation or cream foundation. It just totally works really well. And you can even use a stippling motion if you need extra coverage. But for me, myself, I'll use this brush more for bronzing or contouring on the face. This is really nice brush. And next brush is this Chicha Fude. This Chicha Fude, I got two because they are so nice brushes. What's so special about this brush is that it's perfectly round and dome-shaped brush, really, and it's really dense. So you can just smudge your eyeshadow, perfect for that. You can do concealing, perfect for that. You can do pinpoint concealing, perfect for that. Just take the concealer in and just tap it several times. The floor is already perfectly concealed. Or you can even using it as a smudging tool for your eyeshadow or your lipstick. You can just smudge it pretty well. And you can even do smoky eye with this brush. This is really convenient brush. So I really like them. And since day one, I never regretted that I bought these two brushes. Actually, I bought one at first and I really loved it. Then I got a new one. So this is I don't know which one's which, but they are really nice brush. And this is made of black synthetic fiber. This is really soft, but I wouldn't say this is the softest brush, but this is considerably soft and feels pretty luxurious, I would say. It is actually much better than MAC brushes, especially the synthetic fibers. And it's really just feel comfortable. It doesn't feel itchy or scratchy at all. It just, it really feels comfortable. So these bristles are pretty soft, and this is also pretty cheap considering that Shiseido is not a drugstore brand, it's actually a high-end brand, and this is pretty cheap. It's actually much cheaper than other major brands. Next brush is this Naname Fude. This is a round, little bit angled brush. So this brush is for eyeshadow blending, or I believe you can also do for nose contour, and you can do maybe concealing, just dusting off some powders there. This is really a multitasking brush. There's a Shiseido logo just right here, and this is made of I believe it's the same black synthetic fiber. This brush is really useful for eyeshadow blending, especially. It just really blends really well. It just feels like you're smudging with your finger. It works really well, just like that. But because of the shape, if you want to apply an eyeshadow, the color payoff is pretty sheer. But if you want to blend or smudge something, this is one of the fantastic brush. And I have similar shapes from Shu Uemura. This is round and angled. Shu Uemura is more longer and more well designed, I would say, while this Naname Fude is slightly more flatter in terms of the angle. But the price point is there's a huge gap in price point. This is really expensive, and this is considerably cheap, just few dollars more from this Chicha Fude. So this is totally recommendable brush, because this Shu Uemura brush does exactly the same job, but when it comes to eyeshadow blending, because of this tip here, it actually blends. I say Naname Fude blends pretty well, and this feels much better because the tip is much more narrow and more flat than the Shu Uemura brush. The shape is pretty identical, but this is longer, this is shorter, and the density about the same, because this is Kolinsky hair and this is synthetic fiber, so it has a pretty very nice spring to it. So you can really just under eye concealing, or setting with a powder, or just brushing off those areas. This is really a multitasking brush. I love them. Lastly, this Yanehake Fude. This Yanehake Fude is pretty thick actually. It's really not the thinnest brush. This is usual flat brush I have, and this is another flat brush. The side is actually very narrow, but this Yanehake Fude is actually pretty thick. It's really thick, almost 2 times thicker than the average brush. And what is so special about this Yanehake Fude is that the fiber material, I believe, is the same material, and it has really a lot of density to it. If you look closer, this brush is actually tapered like this. It's pretty well tapered. So this is flat side, and this is the side. Front and side, front and side. So what's so special about this brush? It actually picks up pretty good amount of eyeshadow, and you can just literally push into the roots of the lashes to create the intense smoky eye, or you can even do lining work with this brush. Of course, you can do this exactly the same with other flat eyeliner brush, but for this brush, I like to really just color by pushing near to my lash line. It picks up enough amount of eyeshadow, and thanks to this taper here, it picks up really good eyeshadow actually. Much better than flat eyeliner brushes I have. So example, if I pick up some powder here, I'm gonna just press it like this. It really picks up pretty well. And then I'm gonna just lay the brush like this. Just like that. You can really lay the eyeshadow well near to the lash line. It works much better than other flat liner brushes. And there's a little bit of fallout, so you can just use this Diafude. Dust off. It's gone. On the other eye, just like that. You can place it first, then use this chuchufude to smudge those edges. Just like that. It's really smooth. This is fantastic smudging brush. So these 4 types of brushes from Shiseido are my current favorite. I'm actually not going to purchase other brushes from Shiseido anymore because the shapes are already a usual shapes I have. Although these 4 brushes has very unique shape and is really hard to find in the market. So example, Marufude, this is the Marufude shape, and I have thousands of it. I have a lot, really. I have, right next to me, I have at least 5 the same shape of it. So I don't really think I need to purchase Marufude from Shiseido at all because the size is the same and the shape is exactly the same, and I have several different sizes and materials, so this is totally unnecessary for me to buy Marufude. And also let's talk about the Hasufude. This is angled flat top foundation brush, and I personally hate those kind of shapes. It's not really my type. Some people really loves it. I believe this kind of brush is really depends. I mean, I have this Meg 170 brush. This is a round and relatively flat top, but the Hasufude is literally flat. This is a little bit tapered, a little bit round and dome shaped. And I bought it about about 4 years ago when I joined MEC. And you see there's a logo is still intact. That means I rarely use this brush, and I still rarely use this brush. This is almost collecting dust brush, and I really don't like this kind of brush. It's not my favorite shape, but I believe this kind of shape is really widely hated and widely loved, and I'm on the category of widely hated side. I personally really hate this kind of shape. It doesn't really do much job for me, but if you like it, then of course you can buy it, but not my favorite. Also, let's talk about Hanenfude. Hanen and Katanafude is their newly added brush line, and Hanenfude looks exactly like this. This is MEC 239. I have MEC 239 at least. I have at least 4 of these. I have even more luxurious ones. I have this brush. I have smaller size. And I have this another brush. So I have so many same shape, but just different lengths and different materials. So I just don't really find a reason why I need to buy Hanenfude. So I didn't buy it. And if you need some brush in this such shape, then of course you can buy it. But I wouldn't personally buy it because I already have thousands of it. I have already too many. And lastly, Katanafude. Katanafude it looks like a Japanese sword shape, so that is called katana. And Katanafude I've actually tried because it's something unique. Then I realized it's kind of like a calligraphy brush from Makeup Forever. I have it with me, but I don't know where. Based on my experience, I didn't really like it because it has a flat top and is in a triangular shape. I know it is really good for liquid liner to create a really sharp eye line, but it just, it's not my favorite. I prefer this kind of more classic eyeliner shape. I also have many different sizes and lengths and shapes of it, so I even use this Kelly art brush. So those kind of shapes, don't even bother buying it because they are not really a necessary brush unless you don't have any brush. But I already have a lot of them. I have a same shape, I have similar shape, I have a same shape in different material, I have similar shape in different material and different lengths. So I just have too many. So I don't find a reason why I need to buy them. And lastly, what is so special about Shiseido's brush range is that they are actually hand bounded, meaning they are all handmade from Japan, and I have a huge I'm a huge believer in Japanese brushes because they are really high quality. They are all handmade. They're made by Japanese artisan. They are really reliable. Their quality is almost guaranteed. It's not like made in China brushes. And this kind of I believe every Shiseido brushes are produced the same. They call it a core in the brush, meaning there's a core inside, so you can actually support the brush better and ensures longevity of the brush. This core technology is actually a one layer of material, brush material. It can be either synthetic or natural, and they just roll it like this, and they will just flatten it several times, then it become flat again, and they will roll it again. They repeat the process. They will roll it again and repeat the process, and then eventually they will roll it like this, just completely, just like that. So this is called core technology, which is really, it really requires experience for brush makers, and it really just takes a lot of craftsmanship. And I mean, I wouldn't say this this is from Estee Lauder, and the powder brush, this is a really soft brush and it feels nice, and this is made in China. I wouldn't say made in China are all bad. I don't think this made in China brushes are produced in such way. So whatever that is made in Japan, I have 100%. I give my full trust, and it's just totally reliable. So Shiseido brushes are produced the same, so I'm pretty sure they will last really long. Although the jelly applicator for this diaphragm just was really awful applicator, I would say, but the brush is fantastic. I really love this brush. So that's end of my review. I hope this video finds you well when you're purchasing Shiseido brushes. I highly recommend some of those brushes, but the rest, you may think about it twice. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon again.